Welcome. Today we are going to begin discussing the types of questions that are raised in the Gemara. Gemara is a search for truth. The Gemara starts off with statements made by the Tanaim and then asks whatever questions are needed in order to make sure things are clear, accurate, and correct. We do this all the time. It's how we best learn and understand. For example, if I were to tell you that I went on a trip last night and it took 2 hours instead of the 1 hour that I expected, you would not really know much about what happened. Therefore, you might ask me questions such as, where did you go? Why did you go there? Which way did you go? Why did you take this route when the tolls are twice what they would have been if you had gone another way? The more you'll ask, the more you'll know. Now, when we talk about questions in the Gemara, it is important to know that there are two major types of questions. The first type is a she'elah. A she'elah is a request for information. The second type is a kushya. Kushya is a difficulty. It is a challenge question. It means that the Gemara is bothered by a logical or rational difficulty. Simply put, something doesn't make sense and needs to be explained. A teshuvah is an answer to a she'elah. A teirutz is an answer to a kushya. This will become more important in future discussions. Now, let's discuss she'elot. As we learned before, a she'elah is a request for information, such as who and what, or can we or can't we. For example, asking for their time, or asking for some other information. Mishnayot often contain she'elot. For example, the first Mishnah in Shas asks, Meimatai korin et Shema ba'arvit. From when can we begin saying Shema at night? Imsachim, the Mishnah asks, how do we roast the Karban Pesach? And the Mishnah in Shabbat asks, with what fuels and wicks may we and may we not light Neirot Shabbat? Now, before we continue, it is very important that we discuss function words. The Gemara doesn't have punctuation. However, it uses special words to indicate the direction of the discussion. Throughout the Gemara, these words tell us what is about to happen, just like street signs tell us what to expect on the road. We call these words function words. Here are examples of function words that the Gemara uses in order to indicate that it will be asking a she'elah. Ibailahu, it was asked of them. Ba'a or ba'umine, he or they asked of him. B'mai kamiflige, in what exact situation are they arguing? And finally, mai ta'ama, what is the reason? Now, here are examples of she'elot in the Gemara. See how they are introduced by the function words we just learned. The Gemara asks, Ibailahu, it was asked of him, Ta'a v'lo hitpalel mincha, if he forgot to daven mincha, mahu sheyitpalel arvit shtayim, can he make up for missing mincha by davening ma'ariv 2 times? In another example, the Gemara asks Beit Shammai regarding Kriyat Shema. Mai ta'ama, what is the reason lo amriki Beit Hillel, that you don't agree with Beit Hillel? In both of these cases, the Gemara is requesting information. However, in the first case, the Gemara is asking, what is the halacha? What is it that I am supposed to do? In the second case, the Gemara is asking, why? Why is it that Beit Shammai views things differently than Beit Hillel? So, now let's review. In order to reach a complete and accurate understanding of the truth, the Gemara asks a lot of questions. The two major question types are she'elot, requests for information, and kushiyot, challenges or difficulties. When asking a she'elah, the Gemara wants to know things such as who, what, where, when, how, or why. Finally, the Gemara uses function words to tell us what is about to happen. For example, the function words that tell us that the Gemara is going to ask a she'elah include Ibailahu, it was asked of them, Ba'a or Ba'umine, he or they asked of him, B'mai kamiflige, in what exact situation are they arguing, and Mai ta'ama, what is the reason? It was a pleasure learning with you today. Let's do it again soon.